All right, welcome to Transmedia Storytelling. This is lesson 1 as part of the requirements for digital communication, the major at Georgian Court University in Lakewood, New Jersey, right by the Jersey Shore. So today we're going to talk about what is a transmedia producer and what do transmedia producers do? This is a really great question, and I wanted to start here because I think if you have an idea of the job, the role that this person has, it can give you a greater appreciation for what transmedia storytelling really is. So the Producers Guild of America has, I believe it's since 2010, given credits in movies and films and video games for a transmedia producer. But what that means really does vary from industry to industry. We're going to talk about in the next 10 minutes some of the very broad responsibilities that a transmedia producer would have. And I'm going to show you resources that you can use to help you learn more about transmedia production and the types of issues and concerns that are so important to the community of individuals who are responsible for bringing us these very magical universes, these fictional worlds. So the PGA of America, I'm going to show you their website right now. I highly suggest that you go there. It's the Producers Guild right here, as you'll see, the producersguild.org. Has a variety of information as well as videos that you can look at and programs that are available. You can take a look at the awards that they give out to individuals who work in this industry. There are also videos on here, but you get a pretty good sense of who's doing what and the kinds of issues that they're most concerned with. So very briefly, the Producers Guild of America is a nonprofit trade group that represents, protects, and promotes the interests of all members of the production team in film, television, and new media. The PGA has over 7,000 members who work together to protect and improve their careers, the industry, and the community by facilitating member health benefits, encouraging enforcement of workplace labor laws, and the creation of fair and impartial standards for awarding production or producing credits. And this is very important because when we work on a project and we work hard on those projects, we want to make sure that we get the credit and the recognition that we really do deserve. So the Producers Guild of America is a great resource if you're interested in learning more about transmedia production, but also if you're just interested in learning about the discipline and the field and the kinds of concerns that are coming up on an everyday basis as the technologies continue to expand. I also want to point out to you that the Producers Guild of America does have a YouTube channel with which is awesome. So if you get a chance, you should definitely take a look at it. This will show you and explain a lot of the concepts that we're going to be covering over the next 15 weeks of the class. Looking at things like what is a showrunner. A showrunner is another name for a transmedia producer in the film industry, and some of the things that they're responsible for, and basically they're responsible for pretty much everything. So the producers, especially transmedia producers, really do wear many different hats. They're responsible for many different things across a franchise. There are 3 different industries, as we mentioned before, that are really covered, and whether you're a producer in motion picture or television or video game really does, your roles and responsibilities will depend on the company that you're part of, as well as where you fall in the creative process as well as the budgeting process. So you have creative producers, and the creative producer, I think, I love the whole idea of a creative producer. He or she finds the original idea or the concept, and then they're really responsible for bringing that idea and that concept to life. They hire the script writers and the director. They help develop the story material into a producible script, and they coordinate and oversee the actual production of the movie with the line producer. So there are many in the movie industry, there are many different types of producers. And the creative producer or the executive producer, sometimes it's the same person, sometimes they're different people. It depends on the project. They really have a say in everything that is happening with the brand and with the franchise. An executive or a line producer is responsible for budgeting and scheduling, so how much money can we spend and who is going to be where at what time, as well as the oversight and the coordination of the project. Producers have a lot of different responsibilities, and they wear many different hats. So you need many different sets of skills to be able to work as a transmedia producer, at least to be one effectively. So what does it mean to produce something with a transmedia goal as opposed to a standalone movie? Or let's say we have a concept for a TV show and then we want to add things on later. Well, the transmedia narrative producer or the transmedia producer would tell you that's really not a good idea. You should start with the entire house in mind. So know what you want that story to look like across different media platforms. Our next lesson, we're going to look at all of the different channels of communication that we can use as part of the transmedia universe and the transmedia storytelling process. But for today, what we want to think about transmedia is that transmedia is a story that we want to build from the very beginning into the franchise. We don't want to have a home and then add on all these extra rooms as we go. We want to know in its totality what the franchise and the brand is going to look like. The Producers Guild of America has a new media focus, and I wanted to share this video with you because I found it so interesting as we begin this process of thinking about transmedia storytelling and what it really looks like in other venues. I have a video that I wanted to share which really looks at new media in the transmedia production process. So I really hope you enjoy it. It's only about 2 minutes in length, and here we go.
If you are, but also a lot of opportunities. So to talk about some of the new sort of exciting opportunities, the e-commerce, or just, I'm going to call it direct sales market, is starting to be something that can be driven by media properties. So what I'm talking about is QVC and HSN actually airing script-driven or reality programming as a way of selling stuff. And the way they'll fund that is by selling stuff that's on the show.
Is that something
directly?
You might look
so it's
for
not really advertising. So the way that those eyeballs are monetized is totally different. And we've been doing a couple of things with QVC and HSN, and it's really exciting, I have to tell you, because the amount of stuff that they can sell is unbelievable, and the speed with which that.
Do you know, like, are there any? Can you think of any products that were like integrated into these shows? Like, what are they selling? Like vacuum cleaners? Like, when I think of QVC, it's like, yeah.
But it's the amount of money they can make is unbelievable. Like,
I'm going to stop it right there because what I really wanted to point out to you is the fact that we now have channels like QVC and Home Shopping Network and Amazon creating script-driven reality programming in order to sell product. So I think we are at a very unique time in the transmedia production world because it's being used in industries, I think, that perhaps 5 years ago no one would even have thought that it would be possible. What does this mean for you? It means that in the future there's going to be many more opportunities. So thank you for watching Lesson 1. We looked at transmedia storytelling producers and some of the things that they're responsible for and the industries that they tend to work in. Thank you.